Last month, over a period of 3 days, letter bombs were sent to over 9 army recruitment centres across the south of the UK. British security forces claim the bombs were sent from postal centres in Londonderry in Northern Ireland. A coded message sent to a Northern Irish newspaper announced the new IRA were behind the attacks, and also claimed that the attacks would continue when and where the IRA saw fit. These were the first attacks on the British mainland by the IRA and its new guise. Last summer, Vice went to Derry to meet dissident Republicans and find out about their war on drugs.
We don't like drug dealers.
Yeah?
Yeah, all drug dealership is a big shop, eh?
While we were there, we were told to expect attacks on the British mainland. And now they're happening. In 2012, real IRA leader Alan Ryan was executed outside his home in Dublin. According to the press, he had been set up and murdered by drug gangs. Ryan had become the most high-profile casualty in the fight between dissident Republicans and warring gangs. But he wasn't going to be the last. It's pretty strange in the middle of this suburban part of Dublin. There's basically a military march going on right now. Must be a couple of hundred people here. I don't think it's as quite as big a turnout as they wanted, but it's certainly nothing I've ever seen before. So tell me what happened the day that Alan was shot. You were with him, right?
He liked to walk in the area, and he was out and about, like seeing people, and we were walking down towards another fella's house, and as we were walking, a gunman ambushed him from behind. He fired a number of shots. He killed Alan. He hit Aaron in the leg. I managed to run and jump behind a car, and then basically they drove off. But afterwards, it's just everything was kind of crazy, you know.
And why were they terrified of Alan? Because he was trying to fight against the drug dealers?
Well, he was the leader of a fairly effective group of men that were targeting and executing drug dealers and had them on the run from the looks of it. And I think that seems to be the reason he was targeted anyways, was because he was shattering their organisations, and it was only a matter of time, I'd say, before he would have wiped them out.
The situation is so tense that 1 year on, local hoods broke into the cemetery and defaced Alan Ryan's grave. The real IRA broke away from the IRA in the 90s, rejecting the peace process and seeking to continue the war with Britain. They are a small but deadly force. At the heart of the drugs war is Londonderry, or Derry, a city so divided by sectarianism that it goes by 2 names. The city is the centre of Republican militants, and now, 16 years after the Good Friday Agreement that supposedly brought peace to the country, the IRA are gaining influence all over again. Another armed group, Republican Action Against Drugs, or RAD, have been fighting a war on drugs, shooting anyone perceived to be involved in dealing. Hundreds of young men have been threatened, sent into exile, or shot by paramilitaries. After the murder of Alan Ryan, it was announced that RAD and the real IRA would merge under the simple name, the IRA. We went to meet Derry's most influential Republican dissident, Gary Donnelly, a member of the 32-county sovereignty movement who has been accused of being the driving force behind the real IRA, a charge he denies. Gary has been repeatedly jailed and has serious charges for his links to militant Republicans, but for him, that's all part of the security service's efforts to undermine his organisation.